Hi guys, this is Simon Sage from Into Mobile. We're taking a look at the BlackBerry Curve 9360, launched recently in Canada on Rogers, Bell & Telus, coming soon down to the US. It's RIM's new entry-level smartphone, so up here it's available for $50 on a 3-year contract, so I'm sure you'll be seeing it for equally affordable down south. As you can see, it's got the old chiclet style keyboard here. Very comfortable, well spaced. I find the keys are even a little bit bigger than previous Curve models. On the side here we've got a micro USB slot. On the back we have a 5 megapixel camera with LED flash. On top we've got a repositioned 3.5mm headphone jack and the lock key. Repositioned onto this side is the new volume rocker and mute pause play key. It's a little tricky to see here, but I'll see what I can do about zooming in here. It's a really slim sliver kind of a style, and I kind of like it. It's easy to grip. It's easy to kind of feel in the dark. So very different on that front anyway. But the operating system experience is still very familiar. It's running OS 7, which is relatively new, but it'll look familiar to anyone who's used OS 6. You've got kind of a carousel here that breaks down the user interface into apps you've downloaded, ones you use most frequently, everything. And you can change which panels actually show through the manage panels here. So I find the frequent tab is actually a little redundant with my favorite tab, so I can just back out and save, and there we go. We just have favorites, media, downloads, and all. Up top we've got a universal search. It now has voice commands, which is a nice touch. Oh, clearly I haven't tested on this one yet, but I've tried it out on the 9810, and it's fairly accurate. My only real complaint is that you have to hit OK after you say something. Pizza, Ottawa. Under normal hands-free conditions, you don't want to have to fiddle around with your phone, but there we go. Universal Search will pull in results from multiple sources, either on device or through various web searches. So we've got Google Local there. Bing is RIM's new search partner, so it's built right in, but you can still download the Google app here. One thing that's worth mentioning here is that near-field communications is included on the new Curve here. You can see it down here in the it's just another antenna along with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and GPS. NFC is something that's still not really widely used. It's basically an antenna built into the back battery door here, which can sense when it's near some kind of sensor. So this is typically going to be used for wireless payments. So you just tap on a sensor and you can go and just walk right off. Your credit card's already built and stuff like that, but it can also launch into websites. It can open up secure office doors and stuff like that, but generally speaking, it's kind of a niche feature for now. Definitely a little bit of future-proofing. The Bold 9900 has it built in too, but there has been software locks on other carriers, so I suspect now that the Curve 9360 is launching with this, it won't be too far off for other NFC-enabled BlackBerries. The display is respectable too. It's a little bit smaller than the others, 2.4 inches, but the 360 by 480 resolution is about on par with RIM's last top-of-the-line generation stuff, around 9800 or 9700. No touchscreen on this one, so you're navigating solely by the optical trackpad in the middle here, which isn't terrible by any means, but if you're used to having a touchscreen, you'll definitely find that you're tapping the screen and being a little bit frustrated once in a while. So we'll pull up Into Mobile here. There's no flash support, but the BlackBerry browser has come leaps and bounds over the last couple of years. So the new 800 gigahertz processor in here is also very nice. It's got 512 megs of RAM, so things run relatively smoothly. Maybe not quite as smoothly as some of the top-of-the-line stuff, but for an entry-level model, I find this is actually a really respectable experience. So obviously not having touch on here is a bit of a downer, but there are some cool shortcuts to make the experience a little bit more worthwhile. For example, if you hold down, I think it's Alt, and you scroll up or down on the trackpad, it'll zoom in and out. Now it's chunking along just a little bit here. Into Mobile's a big page to load up. So I've had a couple of hang-ups like that, but nothing obscene, generally speaking. Anyway, feel free to swing by intomobile.com for our full review.